Tonight, preparing for whatever comes next. We're hearing from St. Louis County officials as new data shows COVID-19 community transmission is on the rise.
Plus, making masks available. One Wisconsin business is ensuring everyone stays protected during the pandemic.
And primary preparations. With just 1 week to go, we're hearing how voting will look this election season.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're learning more about the direction St. Louis County is headed when it comes to the amount of coronavirus cases in the area.
Earlier today, the county's public health director weighed in on where the county is now and what she believes is coming down the road. CBS3's Leanne Valdez has the story.
The county's public health expert, Amy Westbrook, told the St. Louis County Board Tuesday morning that the virus is spreading through community transmission versus what we were seeing in the spring when it was mostly spreading within congregate care settings. As of Tuesday, there are 454 confirmed COVID-19 cases in St. Louis County. 58% of cases reported in July. The average age of those testing positive is 42 years old, with 75 years old being the average age of hospitalized patients. Ages 20 to 29 have the largest percentage of the county's cases. At a testing event in Chisholm last week, health officials tested 1,700 people, and just 4 of those tests came back positive for COVID-19.
31 results are still pending. And we'll be working with the state EOC to assure that we have as much data as possible to understand the demographics of the testing population.
Over the 2 days of the free testing event, each day it took 7 hours to test everyone.
All right, thanks, Leanne. And meanwhile, a new report from Minnesota Public Radio identified St. Louis County as one of 6 emerging hotspots across the state. We'll have Westbrook's reaction on that coming up tonight at 10.
And Austin Haskins is here for a look at the weather. He's in for Dave tonight. Austin, cool today, but this might be the last of it, huh?
Yeah, we're actually going to see those temperatures start to gradually return to more summer-like standards. I mean, it's been nice the last few days, don't get me wrong, but returning to more normal standards. But it's beautiful out this evening right now. Taking a live look from Spirit Mountain. Bright sunshine, no clouds out there. We did see some clouds earlier in the day, but those clouds have now started to kind of fizzle out, and we're looking at a very nice night. You can see that those clouds kind of starting to taper off and kind of move out of our area. It's a little cool, though. 66 degrees on top of the hill, 79, though, in Brainerd, 75 International Falls. 55 in Grand Marais right now. Wow, a little cool up there for August standards. And those winds, well, light and variable, and they're starting to calm down just a little bit as well. I'll tell you what, though, it's going to be a perfect night to have a bonfire. Here's a look at the forecast for that in the Twin Ports. 65 degrees around 7 p.m. We'll be a little cool tonight, dropping back down into the mid-50s, but overall a very nice night. Now, we are looking at warmer temperatures in the forecast, and I'll detail that coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Austin. New tonight at 6, Ashland County reported its first death due to COVID-19 today. Officials did not say how old the person was or where they lived. As of today, 20 Ashland County residents have tested positive.
If you're still waiting to get your COVID test results, there's a new hotline you can call. Wisconsin health officials say many people who attended one of the state's free testing events aren't answering when called with their test results. In some cases, they did not give a valid phone number. If you can call the hotline if you were tested at a Wisconsin National Guard site more than 5 days ago and you still need results. The line will be staffed from 8 to 6 Monday through Friday. The phone number is there on your screen, and it's also on our website, cbs3duluth.com.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the U.S. faced a shortage of personal protective equipment such as face masks. Now, Wisconsin business is stepping up to help make sure anyone who needs a mask can get one. Jonathan Fortier shares more on the Eau Claire-made masks.
We thought, you know what, we can actually help. We can make a difference with this crisis.
Back in March, Andrew Holland saw a dire need for masks in the community amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And in May, his company, Wisconsin Medical Supplies, opened up to help make sure the need for masks could be filled.
Our goal in starting the company was to make sure that anybody that wanted to get personal protective equipment could at an affordable price.
And over the last few months, Wisconsin Medical Supplies has ramped up production of surgical masks.
So right now we're doing about 250,000 masks per week. Over the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're looking to ramp that up to 500,000 masks per week.
Holland says the best part is that they are made right here in Eau Claire.
We need, as a nation, to be having a conversation about where are we getting our stuff from. We ran into this crisis because we didn't produce this stuff in the United States.
Something he says will be very important moving forward.
If this ever happens again, if we don't start rethinking what we're willing to pay for and how we're willing to manufacture things and where we're willing to manufacture things, we're going to find ourselves in the exact same scenario.
Wisconsin Medical Supplies is also partnering with local businesses to make sure that those who need a mask in the community can get a mask.
I think it's just wonderful that we have a company that's making these locally. I love supporting local business whenever possible.
Meanwhile, Wisconsin Poison Center officials are telling people to be aware of certain hand sanitizers after learning some products may contain alcohol that causes blindness or death. Some hand sanitizers contain ethanol, but experts say some also have methanol, which can be toxic when ingested or absorbed through the skin. We have a list of the FDA's recalled hand sanitizers along with the poison controls number on our website.
After distributing 4 million masks to Minnesota businesses, the state is making sure the seniors are protected too. Governor Tim Walz announced the state is providing 400,000 reusable cloth masks for the elderly. Nonprofit groups will hand them out. Seniors are most at risk for coronavirus, and nonprofits say they've seen a big increase in need. Some don't have the means or ability to get the masks. Governor Walz says wearing a mask will also help seniors safely reconnect with their community.
We want to let seniors know, if you want to know where you can get a mask, you can request one here. I believe we're mailing them to folks too if they're not stopping in. So there's opportunities to get a reusable cloth mask.
To request a mask, call the senior linkage line at the number on the bottom of your screen there. They'll mail out masks to seniors who need them.
We are 1 week away from the primary election. Come next Tuesday, voters will head to the polls to cast their vote. But due to COVID-19, things will look different.
The biggest difference, there's likely to be fewer in-person voters. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with Duluth officials about the changes you can expect.
Duluth City officials are preparing for Tuesday's primary election. Due to COVID-19, the city has been working with the Secretary of State's office to ensure everyone who needs to is comfortable casting a vote in person.
It's a safe environment for everyone, whether it's some of our elder population or again families.
Wearing a mask is mandatory inside the polling places per Governor Walz's statewide mandate. Other precautions being taken, CDC approved cleaning protocol at the 34 polling places.
There will be a process for which we have volunteers that will be helping to clean each area after a person has sat down or has used the polling station.
While they don't have exact totals just yet, city officials say they've seen a big increase in voters requesting absentee ballots due to the pandemic.
If you do cast your ballot by mail on Election Day, it has to be postmarked on Election Day and then has to get back to our city clerk by 2 days after the Election Day in order to be counted.
City officials say with an increase in absentee ballots, they were asking residents to put those requests in this past Friday. That means if you put that request in this week, there's a possibility your absentee ballot won't show up on Election Day.
We're just not sure, essentially, if there will be the opportunity to get people their ballots before Election Day.
City officials say with the 230 election judges, there will be plenty of people to help keep polling places clean for anyone who comes to cast their vote on Tuesday.
And in Wisconsin, with no contested races on the primary ballot in Superior, officials aren't expecting much of a turnout at their polls next Tuesday. If you do come out to cast a ballot, you're asked to wear a mask, but the city clerk says you won't be turned away if you don't have one. They will also have sanitizer and wipes available, and as usual, ID will be required.
Happening right now, Duluth school leaders are giving an update on their plans for how to safely start the school year. Superintendent John Megas, who just took on that title, is presenting to the school board in a virtual meeting. When Governor Walz announced last week that he would leave the decision up to individual school districts, Megas said based on current county health data, Duluth schools could start with in-person classes this fall. However, that is subject to change. Today, we learned St. Louis County is providing individualized data to school districts across the county. They said since the county is so large, it wouldn't make sense to provide each school district with the same per capita case data to base their decisions on. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 10. Meanwhile, Itasca County leaders also shed light on their schools' plans for the fall. As of last week, they say the county's current case rate would allow them to start the school year with in-person learning for all students. That's based on the state's guidance to reference a 14-day period. Grand Rapids, Big Fork, Greenway, and Deer River Public School Districts are all still weighing their options. The Buganagay-Shig School, which serves students on the Leech Lake Reservation, will start with distance learning.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Fill the Boot, right from your home. How local firefighters are making sure a cause important to them gets support during a pandemic.
And it's a little bit on the cool side out there once again. It's only in the 60s in Duluth, but close to 80 towards Brainerd. Summer-like conditions are set to return beginning as early as tomorrow. I'll take a look at that coming up in your Weather Max forecast right after this break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS 3.
I'm Jen McEwen, and I'm running to be your state senator. My roots in Duluth run deep. My dad taught in the Duluth public schools, and my mom was a nurse at St. Mary's. We know we live in challenging times, but together we can build a stronger community and a stronger Minnesota. We've waited for too long to address our most pressing issues. The time is now. Let's work together to build a better future. I ask for your vote in our August 11th primary.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginneker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
The Big Brother house is not a sprint. This is a marathon. Come on, guys! Power.
I'm the boss of this house. I'm dictating the whole game.
Must. Drama.
You snake.
You can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Lots of rumors, but nothing's confirmed.
And for the first time ever, the house guests move in live. Big Brother All-Stars, new season Wednesday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS 3. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Austin Haskins.
Well, we are looking at a high temperature today that only got to 68 degrees. So once again, well below average of 76 and our low 53. So not too far off of that, but by tomorrow we're going to be back closer to those average temperatures, especially during the day, and even going above that as we head into the weekend. Now, we are looking at those clouds starting to thin out across the area. We had some puffier cumulus clouds in the afternoon. Now we're starting to see skies becoming clear across the area. Looking at 64s for Ironwood, Mercer, and Watersby right now, 68 in Ashland. Wow, Grand Marais on top of the hill, only 55 degrees there. Head down the road, International Falls, 75 degrees there, 72 in Hibbing, and 79 out towards the Brainerd area. So we're going to see temperatures tomorrow more closer to the International Falls and Brainerd area temperatures right now into those mid to upper 70s. Not much wind right now either, and we are seeing some variableness. We'll see more of a southwest wind as we head into our day on Wednesday. Dew points are still pretty comfortable out there, and we've seen those lower values the last couple of days into those 40s and 50s, even 37 right now in Ely. That will be changing, though. You can see on the Moogie meter, we're going to be down in that pleasant category again tomorrow, so very comfortable and in some cases dry. And we're going to start going up as we head into Thursday. Still pretty comfortable Thursday. Friday, though, we're going to see things become more humid to even at times into the weekend very steamy out there as we do have a warm front passing through. So tonight, clear to mostly clear skies and pretty cool. Lows as low as 42 degrees to as warm as 55 degrees down by the lake. And we're going to see this low pressure track southeast. So areas southwest could see a 30% chance of a few showers and some isolated thunderstorms for Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies elsewhere. And then Thursday, cloudy to mostly cloudy, 30% chance of some spotty showers and thunderstorms. So tonight, pretty quiet conditions and calm winds, so we may see some fog by tomorrow morning. 7 a.m., quiet conditions once again, and there's that chance in the afternoon, especially down to the south and west around Brainerd, Aiken, Lake Mille Lacs, and Hinckley of those showers and isolated rumbles of thunder with that southwesterly wind. Thursday morning, partly to mostly cloudy skies and calm winds, and then into Thursday afternoon, again, those spotty showers and isolated rumbles of thunder, maybe a little bit drier up to the north, but either way, kind of a cloudier day across the Northland. So tonight, dropping back into the 40s to near 50 degrees. Could see some low 40s into the UP, and also, of course, those cooler spots around Hibbing, Ely, Tower, Embarrass, Chisholm, those areas. So might need that sweatshirt waking up tomorrow morning. Back into the mid to upper 70s, near 80 tomorrow, 72 though in Grand Marais, and overall a very nice summer-like day, very seasonable at that. We're back into the 80s for the weekend with spotty chances for showers and storms Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A few stronger storms could be possible. Severe weather threats are pretty low at this time, but that's something we'll watch pretty closely. Then looking after the 7-day forecast, Tony, this is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, and we are looking at some much warmer temperatures. So, Tony and Kristen, if you like the warmer temperatures, it looks like after the 7-day forecast, we're going to keep it that way.
That's what I like to hear. Thanks, Austin. All of the Great Lakes except Lake Superior have likely reached their peak water levels for the year. The Detroit District Army Corps of Engineers says while the levels have peaked, they are expected to slowly drop. Lakes Michigan and Huron continue to set monthly record highs. Water levels on Lakes Erie and Ontario both continue to decline. They say the water level of Lake Superior is expected to peak next month before entering its usual period of decline. If you were impacted by the high water levels last fall, Army Corps experts urge you to prepare for similar or worse impacts over the next few months.
A construction site in the Twin Cities went up in flames in the early morning hours today. The fire was noticed around 4:30 this morning. Flames were more than a dozen stories in the air. The fire was so massive it was detected on weather radar there, and the heat melted nearby traffic lights. One witness says the smell is what alerted him to the blaze.
I could see the glow from higher ground. Walked over to the end of the hallway. Oh man, what a sight to see. The whole thing was engulfed in a ball of fire going up as far as 10, 11 stories high.
The construction site was to become a hotel and apartment complex in the heart of downtown St. Paul. So far, it's unclear how the fire started. Thankfully, no injuries were reported.
Every summer, Duluth firefighters hit the streets raising money to fight muscular dystrophy. But due to the coronavirus, they're asking residents to fill the boot online. For more than 60 years, firefighters across the U.S. have been supporting the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The money raised here in Duluth will help local children and adults and fund research to work toward a cure. They hope to reach a goal of $30,000. You can find a link to donate on our website.
After selling out of tickets last week for their 2020 drive-through food parade event, the Minnesota State Fair is moving some more events online. Fair organizers announced an online marketplace as well as 4 virtual competition showcases. The online market will feature more than 240 vendors and run through the end of the year. The competitions include cookie decorating, crop art, photography, and much, much more. You can find more details at CBS3Duluth.com. And organizers had to cancel this year's state fair due to the pandemic.
Coming up in sports, we have reaction from coaches and the State High School League on the decision to move some fall sports to the spring. Kelly Hinseth is in next.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. The TED event is happening now, where you're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
On the south shore of the greatest of the Great Lakes, Mother Nature's artistry is on full display in the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. The best way to see it is on board Apostle Islands Cruises, located in the quaint city of Bayfield, Wisconsin. Visit our website at apostleisland.com. Apostle Islands Cruises, the best way to visit the Apostle Islands.
I'm Eric Simonson, and I approve this message. As a husband and a father, as a neighbor and a firefighter, and as your proud state senator, I'm asking for your support in the DFL primary election in August. The pandemic and recent tragic events have been challenging all of us. In the Senate, I'm working to make sure this recovery prioritizes the health, safety, and economic security of working families. I'm fighting for justice and equality for our communities of color, and I'm working to make sure quality health care and housing is affordable for everyone.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet, your simple and affordable choice for bathtubs, showers, surrounds, and safety tubs. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022, or get your dream bathroom for as little as $69 a month. This offer ends August 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet. Out of this world service and down to earth price.
Here at locally owned Adolphson Real Estate, we are ready to help you find the home of your dreams with no extra fees. Take a look at this beautiful contemporary 3-bedroom home in Northland Estates. Please call our Duluth office for more details. Call us today to schedule a tour at Adolphson Real Estate.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Keep scrolling. Order food. Skim headlines. Order shoes. Use AutoSend for flowers. Use AutoSend for birthdays. Don't go outside. Don't go outside. Don't leave the phone behind. No sync. Don't blink. Don't think. Don't ever let yourself feel this alive. Breathe. Ride.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Disappointed to not have Friday Night Lights this coming fall, but still thankful to have a season at all. That's the response from the Northland football coaches following the announcement today from the Minnesota State High School League on the state of fall sports. The Minnesota State High School League voted to move both volleyball and football seasons to this coming spring with fewer games. The board did not vote, however, to allow individual fall sports like soccer, girls tennis, cross country, and swimming and diving to play, but with shorter seasons and fewer teams allowed at each event. For football teams like Grand Rapids and Hermantown, who hope to kick off the season on their brand new turf fields, they are still holding out hope.
We waited this long, a couple more months. Isn't that bad? So we're in a good spot to be able to use that in the spring. And to be honest, if we were playing in the spring and didn't have turf, I'd be a lot more worried.
John Malaya with the Minnesota State High School League says this decision was not made lightly, moving around sports in the calendar year, but ultimately just letting the kids be kids once again.
the board decided the most important thing is letting these kids be on teams and have fun with their friends and develop good habits and bonding. And boy, if we can have section tournaments and maybe even a state tournament, that would be great. But the biggest priority is letting these teams be teams for now.
And we'll have much more from coaches across the Northland and the league officials tonight at 10. Gopher standout wide receiver Rashad Bateman will sit out of the upcoming football season. Head coach PJ Fleck says Bateman informed the team that he and his family made the decision to forego his remaining eligibility and focus on training for the 2021 NFL Draft. On Twitter, Bateman cited the uncertainty around health and safety in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Twins in action early for Game 2 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Twins had little trouble loading up the bases. Therefore, the sac flies were aplenty. Luis Arraez drives one in the bottom of the first. Byron Buxton would add another in the fifth. And Max Kepler, after walking 3 times, would drive one in the fifth as well. This one was also delayed briefly due to an unidentified drone flying in center field. 2020, man. Regardless, Twins win 7-3, the final. Well, the previous news at the beginning of the sportscast may not have exactly lifted your sporting spirits, but this will. The Minnesota Wild play tonight. Game 2 of the qualifying round of the Stanley Cup playoffs happens tonight at 9:45 p.m. tonight in the Edmonton NHL bubble. Wild lead the series 1-0 after a 3-0 win on Sunday night over the Vancouver Canucks, a game where there seemed to be no short of extracurriculars.
You know, emotions run high in playoff games, especially Game 1. We have guys on the ice that can do it, that can handle it. You know, letting them complain and, you know, get pissed off. And, you know, we responded by coming back harder and keeping the pressure on. So I think we did a great job of, you know, keeping an even keel throughout the whole game. And we're looking to do that throughout the whole series.
Canucks forward Michael Furlan was fined $5,000 by the NHL for a hit on Hartman that you can see here during the third period of Sunday's game. Hartman was on the bench at the time. And that's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more, including highlights from the Wild game tonight at 10. Kristen and Tony, for now, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Meet Mr. Mayhem. No, I'm not talking about Tony Matt over here. I'm talking about the paddle boarding goat. He likes to get out and do activities with owner Alyssa Kelly, who thought it would be a fun activity to try with her adventurous goat.
Mr. Mayhem is a 5-year-old Nigerian dwarf pygmy goat cross. He's not only paddle boards, but also enjoys hiking and riding in the car. Mr. Mayhem has only taken 2 spills since starting his water sports career. Don't worry, he dons a life jacket and goggles and swimwear for his outings.
Safety first.
Yeah,
That's
Mr.
awesome,
Mayhem.
actually.
Yeah. How did you know that was my nickname?
Just a really good guess.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Austin, could be coming up a nice weekend for paddleboarding.
Yeah, even the next couple of days is actually looking to be very nice. If you're going to be out tonight, though, you may want to have a little bit of a jacket handy. Look at those temperatures, getting already down into the 50s by mid to late evening, and we're down to 50 degrees tonight, Tony and Kristen. So if you haven't opened up those windows the last few nights to let that fresh air in, you have another night to do it, so make good use of it.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Mr. Mayhem out.